the basil of the house, the caring, sensible, loving wife, the first woman to embrace Islam, the mother of the believers, Khadijah bint Khuwaylid. Khadijah's house prepared to receive the happy day just as her people, Banu Asad, prepared to appear in a proper appearance in front of Banu Hashim, Muhammad's people. They both invited their friends and loved ones. In the evening of that day, Banu Asad and Banu Hashim were in Khadijah's house, sitting in a spacious courtyard over which were spread types of beautiful carpets with beautifully patterned pillows on them. They wore embellished cloaks and wrapped large turbans around their heads. They talked with consideration and wisdom, and they spoke with sobriety and in order. In front of them were censers of gold and silver, emitting smoke of aloes wood and amber. And around them were their children and brothers, cheerful, sounding sweet jokes, making jokes, and talking happily. Muhammad was in the midst of them, his face shining and his features radiant. His uncle Abu Talib was receiving greetings and congratulations and responding to them with better ones. Khadijah's uncle was happy and cheerful, distributing his smiles and greetings to everyone. Elegant singing came from all around the house, played well by Khadijah's maids, her beloved ones, and the poor women who rejoiced for her and lived in her grace and charity. Then the drinking glasses and fruit plates went round, so the people ate what was delicious. The young men made jokes with what they liked of funny anecdotes, and some of the elders played good jokes on them. When the council was completed, Abu Talib sat upright, looked at the people with dignity, then he said with joy, "Praise to Allah who made us from the offspring of Ibrahim and the seed of Ismail, the guardians of his sacred house and the servants of his safe sanctuary, and he gave us the judgment with truth and honesty. O people of Quraysh, this is my nephew, Muhammad ibn Abdullah. He has a desire for Khadijah bint Khuwaylid, and she has a similar interest in him. Even if he has little money, money is a changeable matter, and a deposit that can be returned. And Muhammad is not weighed against another man, but he outweighs him in honor and intelligence." Everyone was listening to his words, shaking their heads in agreement, looking at Muhammad with smiles, and their eyes expressing congratulations. Until Abu Talib completed his sermon, then Warqa ibn Nawfal stood up and responded to his sermon on behalf of Banu Asad, praising Muhammad and his attributes. Then Amr ibn Asad, Khadijah's uncle, stood up and happily announced that he married Muhammad ibn Abdullah to Khadijah bint Khuwaylid, his brother's daughter. Then ululations rang out from the house, and the maids raised their voices with the sweetest melodies. Then the cups of drink were circulated to everyone, and they drank. Khadijah began distributing alms, money to the poor, and delicate smiles to her friends and lovers, with whom the house was filled. When the contract was concluded and the night chat ended, the men and women of Mecca went to their homes, talking about Muhammad and Khadijah. Then Muhammad moved to Khadijah's house. The house resumed its life as it had been, and Muhammad began preparing to assist Khadijah in her business and manage her money. But she felt that Muhammad was created for a mission greater than money or trade, and she sensed from the purity of his soul that he was prepared for a great role to be performed for humanity, not for Khadijah and her money, nor for Quraysh alone. One day, Khadijah got up while he was preparing to go to the stores to meet the needs of some customers. She looked at his face and looked into his wide eyes for a long time, then said with a smile, "Where to, Muhammad, while Mecca is still asleep? You spent a large part of the night pondering the sky and looking at the stars. Will you rest until the masters of Quraysh get up?" Muhammad smiled a smile that made his face brighter. Then he said in a gentle voice, "There must be activity and work, O Khadijah. The man must strive, and may Allah grant him success." Khadijah said, with a gentle smile on her lips, "Don't worry, my cousin. The money is abundant, and we, thank Allah, are among the wealthiest people and the richest." He replied gently, "I do not want money, Khadijah, but I want work. A person must perform work in life even if money is easy for him. He must strive even if he is rich. He must spend the health that Allah has bestowed on him in what it is created for. Money will not remain, Khadijah, so there must be an increase to compensate for what is spent of it, and there must be a new gain on it, from which the right of the poor and necessitous is given. It is imperative that we strive for these weak people, whose lives Allah has linked to the strong." Khadijah said seriously, "You will not work with your own hand, O Muhammad, but rather you will point, and the servants will carry out. They are many, as you can see, and everyone is at your command. Others will go with the trade to Allah's distant lands, and you will have so much work in Mecca that will not give you time to leave." Muhammad asked her smilingly, "What work do you mean, cousin?" She said gently, "All of Mecca is looking forward to your opinion and advice. The place of leadership in it is calling you and opening its arms to you, and the man of Mecca will make room for you, so that you take that place for which you are created." He said with a smile as he was about to walk to the stores, "I will think, cousin, although that the time has not come. We are still at the beginning of the road, Khadijah." Days passed, and the couple's love increased. The men of Mecca made room for Muhammad among them. Whenever a place was opened for him among the leaders, Khadijah felt proud and wished that a higher place would be given to him. She hoped that the days would bind them together with a son, who would strengthen the bonds of this love. But we will leave that story for the next time.